Now we move on to Lebanon. Lebanon says an Israeli strike near the Syrian border in the country's east has killed 4 people, marking a fresh escalation despite a ceasefire agreed late last year. Lebanese state media has reported that an Israeli drone targeted a car in the Majdal Anjar area with 4 bodies found inside the vehicle. The health ministry later confirmed the death toll. The Israeli military said it had struck operatives from Palestinian militant group Islamic Jihad, calling them terrorists operating in eastern Lebanon. This appears to be the first strike Israel has publicly claimed in Lebanon against Islamic Jihad since the November 2024 truce aimed at ending more than a year of hostilities with Hezbollah. Despite that truce, Israel has continued to regular strike, and more than 370 people have been killed in Lebanon since the ceasefire, according to official figures. Now we welcome back Professor Rohan Gunratna. He's an international affairs expert, joins us live from Singapore. Thank you very much, Professor, for staying with us. Now, looking at these latest strikes in Lebanon, how effective is Israeli strikes have been in, de-escalating or demoting the power of Iran's proxies in Lebanon?
Asuma, as you very rightly said, the vehicle was transporting terrorists that belong to the Islamic Jihad. What I mean by the Islamic Jihad is a group called the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And the Palestinian Islamic Jihad is a terrorist group that works with Hamas to mount attacks. So PIJ did participate with Hamas and other terrorist groups to do the October 2023 attack. And today what we are witnessing is that Israel has developed a policy to target any terrorist group that is having a reach to strike Israel. It's a preemptive mindset. So in many ways, what Israel has done is good for its security. And it also sends a message that no country should harbor terrorists. So it's a very clear message to the Lebanese government. Don't allow Palestinian Islamic Jihad, or do not allow Lebanese Hezbollah, do not allow Jamaat-e-Islami and other terrorist groups to operate in your territory. If you do that, we will mount operations in your country, because you yourself, you cannot control the terrorist presence in your country. So I think that this attack is a very good example for other countries. Also, do not harbor terrorists on your soil, because you are prompting another country, a foreign country, to unilaterally act against those terrorist entities. But certainly it has invited a lot of criticism against Israel. But I believe in this day and age, to protect your own countries, your own civilian populations, your own interests, you have to take action against terrorist groups wherever they are, preemptively.
And thank you for highlighting that. And Professor, as we discussed previously too, that Lebanese army was supposed to disarm other fractions that are other than Lebanese army itself, and have only Lebanese army legally and rightfully hold weapons and within Lebanon. But they were supposed to get it done before this year, but it hasn't. So the effectiveness and the goal that was set, what do you think what do you think led to this situation where they haven't achieved any, not even the ceasefire, not even this disarmament, and now this situation is continuing to deteriorate?
Lebanese military needs to be strengthened. As you mentioned very clearly, the Lebanese military has not met with the anticipated goals. They promised the Americans, and they promised the Israelis, and they promised the Europeans that they will dismantle the Lebanese Hezbollah operating on their soil. But they are not able to do that because Hezbollah is a very strong terrorist group that has been in Lebanon for a very long time. But I believe that in the coming months, coming years, the Lebanese army will play a very decisive role because the Americans are supporting them, other governments are supporting them, and eventually the Lebanese military, which is the standing army of Lebanon, will be able to take control of their own country and will be able to get rid of those terrorist entities on their soil.
Thank you very much, Professor Gunratna, for sharing that insight with us. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, moving on, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio is in Budapest, meeting Prime Minister Viktor Orban just